Hello. Today's our weekly Under the Cowl of MS random podcast episode. I'm going to try and get one episode of these out a week. I'd like to put it out on Thursdays, but we'll see. I'm still trying to get my whole show program reset up, and with Halloween and going on in the month of October, it's like it won't be set up until November the way I want it. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So I got some more Halloween style poetry. We got garlic blues. Most vampires I have known consider threats just useless drivel, but garlic makes the beasties run, or like prunes they tend to shrivel. With a vampire you could argue lots, over steaks and crosses quibble, but to keep them from your dining room, serve the stuff they'd never nibble. Garlic toast and garlic bagels, garlic roasted, stewed, and stuffled, garlic tea and garlic cookies, garlic cake that's garlic truffled. And when you summon all your dinner guests, those vampires won't participate. It's not the soup or cheese you choose, it's the garlic stuff you know they hate. See, ode to mold. Mold, so I'm told, is best served when cold, or instead, when it's dead, on a piece of French bread. Alright, let's do one more here. Newt song. A newt in your boot will make you scoot, will make you choke on your toast and fruit, and hoot and shoot a hole in your suit, whilst in pursuit of the tiny brute who calls himself a newt. We'll do one more. Hide and shriek. I wonder where that arachnid hid, under the lid of the pot from Madrid. I'll bet he did. Through a place too small for most he slid, and came to a halt with a spidery skid, under the lid of the pot from Madrid. I'll bet he did. He did. Alright, leave the last couple for next week's episode to finish it off. And then anything new that's going on? No, I can't think of anything that stands out since I last talked. Yeah, I don't think I showed this off. My wife ordered this. I didn't know about it. But we got Elvira with Gronk. All their pink and black outfit stuff on. But I was happy to see that one. I like to have Gronk included. I wish they'd come out with one with the what would Gronk turn into? A Rottweiler in the movie. So we need to have one with Rottweiler Gronk too. But yeah, it's been a pretty boring week. I'm trying to get my CLZ organization going and trying to get through some stuff. Sadly, I had a stack of Halloween comics set aside and they got buried. So I was doing a mask review a day. I wanted to do 31 days worth of single comic book reviews while wearing a mask. But I ran out of my good Halloween books. Now I'm kind of some more. They're not really Halloween-y, but I'm debating about doing them with the masks and just putting them out there. But we'll see. I'm going to try and. I got a box I got to open today that might have some good Halloween stories in it. So hopefully that'll happen. Otherwise, Svengoolie now on Saturday nights through October has 2 episodes per Saturday night. First episode's a normal Svengoolie, and as of last week, the second episode is the House of Svengoolie, where they showed the Labyrinth last week. This week is the Dark Crystal, which is kind of weird because the Dark Crystal came out first, and then the Labyrinth, and they got the same like Jim Henson Muppet creators and stuff like that in there. So you would have thought that they'd show the Dark Crystal first and then the Labyrinth. The Dark Crystal I less into. Creatures are bulky and weird, but we'll give it another shot this week. I do like that they do the House in Svengoolie with all the characters. Sven made a couple little pop-in appearances during the show. But yeah, you got nostalgia for Atu. You get to see a lot more of him, which is nice. Gwen Gooley, I like a little more after seeing the House of Svengoolie. She did a good job on there. I liked her a little bit better. Imp, still don't care for that little jackass. I just can't get into that character. He annoys me more than anything. But, yeah, we got a Svengoolie, a variety of Svengoolie things coming. So it's going to be some fun unpackings coming out in the near future for that. So keep an eye out for them. But yeah, the House of Svengoolie was a lot of fun. I hope they run it regularly now. That way they'd have two movies on every Saturday. But we'll see what happens after October, because October was the 1 month a year that Svengoolie did double up and do 2 episodes during that month. So hopefully it'll carry over, because I really enjoyed it. Anything that gets me more nostalgia for Atu makes me happy. And then on Netflix, I watched Culinary Class Wars, which was a really interesting cooking competition out of Korea, or at least using Korean cooks. Or was it? I think it's a Korean show, but there were Asian cooks from a variety of places. So I don't think it was all based off Korean cooking, but it was very interesting because it started out with like 100, I think it was 100 black coat chefs that are top chefs in their field, in their restaurants, but aren't, Michelin star rated chefs. So then they had white coats that came out after all the black coats were all introduced, and the white coats are all Michelin star chefs, and one Iron Chef was on there and stuff. And very quick competition as far as taking a bunch of people out at one time. It's like, I think the first 100 got dropped down to like 50 right away or something like that. It was very, you basically cooked your meal, hit your bell when you're ready. The 2 judges would come and make their comments and decide and kick you out or keep you or set you aside for them to wait till they're done picking all the keepers and see whether or not they're going to keep some people that they're hemming and hawing about. But it was, I don't know how they pay out for these shows and stuff like that, but with all these 100 contestants, and then the white coats, and then the first round of actual judging, they had 100 people in the booths that tried. They'd have one-on-one cooking competitions, and they'd try both dishes and then rate which one they liked, and the winner got to keep going on, and loser got kicked off, and it just kept narrowing down through different ways where they actually got rid of a bunch of people each time. So it went pretty quick. I want to say it had to be less than 10 episodes, but it was really enjoyable. I haven't watched a cooking show in a long time that I actually got into, but that one was really interesting. I like the way they did it. They even set him up with like an actual, basically turned little boxed areas into actual restaurants, or a convenience store at one point, a fish market and a meat market at one point. So they had tons of stuff to choose from. Live food and all kinds of variety food. And then this one round was, the two competitors opened up the fridge and got to see what they're competing with. Everybody had different food to compete with. So if you're into that, check that out. Gundam is also, I think, on Netflix. When I was younger, Mobile Suit Gundam was one of the first anime style things that I was into somewhat. Not big, but I had some of the small books and stuff of it, and would watch anything or check out anything that I seen from it. And I always liked the way they did the mobile robots, the kaiju style robots and stuff like that through there. The mech robots, I should say. But the Gundam series, it's short, it's quick, it's only 6 episodes, I want to say, for the first season, but action-packed, non-stop, just keep going. Got a mech in there that's way more powerful than the group of mechs. I don't want to give anything away, but it's just constant battles. All the different military bases and everything are getting wiped out one at a time. And the Gundam crews have to keep battling away and trying to protect what they can and get the forces moved around. It is a very enjoyable show if you're into the mech type shows or games or anything like that. I would think you'd enjoy that. I didn't realize we only watched season 1, but we got caught up on season 2 and 3 of that 90s show. Me and the wife been watching that, getting caught up on it. I was surprised. I knew Kevin Smith, Jay, and Silent Bob were in season 3, but I didn't think they were going to be on that much. And they've been pretty much, since they made their appearance, they've been on almost every episode since their appearance. So that's enjoyable to see them on there. And then that also brought Tommy Chong back, which I was curious if he was going to be on that 90s show at all. I think he made an appearance on the first season, but I didn't know if he was going to keep coming back or not. So that was nice to see him still be in there. The kids, they're alright. The kids' storylines, but I basically watched it for the adults. From the original 70s show and stuff, all those characters that came back and made appearances. And of course, you got Red Kitty and Bob, and are all regulars on there. But yeah, still, Eric doesn't want to make his appearances, I guess. Guess him and Donna went to Chicago to live. So why, I have no idea. But now he's traveling off somewhere else to do some other thing. It's like they constantly push him further and further away from the Wisconsin crew so he doesn't have to make an appearance on the show, I guess. Who knows? Not sure what's all up with that. But yeah, it's enjoyable. Not as enjoyable as that 70s show, but it's still fun. At least they're bringing enough of the people back to keep it interesting for people that like the 70s show. Was it 2 days ago, I think? I'll try to get this put out. But 2 or 3 days before I post this, Fernando Valenzuela, the LA Dodgers pitcher, passed away. He was only 63, which I was surprised. I thought he was old when I was a kid and I was collecting his trading cards. He always looked older. But for some reason, I always enjoyed him as a pitcher, and I held on to his trading cards because of that. It's like there's those certain ones that just stood out. Raleigh Fingers. But yeah, I always enjoyed watching him. And he's a bigger guy. And you gotta like the bigger guys that are athletes. And if you are a big guy yourself, you gotta support him. But yeah, I even supported him when I was a little kid. So seeing that he was only 63, I was really surprised about that. That's why I brought that one up. But other than that, it's been... Yeah, I just haven't been anywhere or got anything done. I'm just working on trying to finish up the Halloween stuff. There's only, by the time you'll see this, there's only a couple days left. I was really bummed that I was the only one that really joined up with a friend of ours from the podcast. Brian from Hot Wing of Justice did a Boktober thing I mentioned. Hashtag Boktober. BAWKTOBER. And Hot Wing of Justice if you want to look them up on Instagram. But today, when I'm recording this, is the 25th. So you still got Tombstone today. Tomorrow's Cyborg. Then you got Great. Then Flit. Then Bone. Then Costume. And then on Halloween, we got Pumpkin for the drawing prompts. So I'd like to see some more people get in there. I was really bummed that we were the only two main ones. Anthony from Crimson Cowl Comic Club, I think, did one or two drawings in the beginning and then didn't stick with it. I was really surprised that none of the guys from Cartoonist by Night did anything. I mean, it's not that hard to whip up a quick drawing each day. If you are practicing drawing anyways, why not do something that you get a oddball prompt and it makes you think a little more instead of just drawing what you want to draw every day. I like doing these drawing challenges because it kind of just makes you think and makes you work with your art. It's all cartoony art, or mostly for the Hot Wing of Justice challenge. That's what I enjoy about them usually, because last October I did the Archie Art Challenge. I like doing the cartoony ones, but at the same time, I'm also doing some reality sketches and stuff like that I'm hoping to put out on Halloween or around Halloween. So it's like I'm getting a good variety of things, different forms of drawing and stuff like that. But after taking a few months off and just doing sketches, it was nice to get back to actually doing some finish work. But yeah, it's mostly chicken-related art, and it's more cartoony. So it's not that hard to whip those out on a daily basis, or at least get a couple out there. So if there are any artists or wannabe artists out there that are listening to this episode, get to the Instagram Hot Wing of Justice page and do a couple of the last Boktober challenges. It'd be nice to see some more artists in there, or wannabe artists or future artists or whatever. It's just, you're not being judged, or just want people to put some fun artwork out for October. So, yeah. I was really surprised. I figured for sure some of the Comics people or Cartoonist by Night people would have actually done at least a few of the drawings. I mean, they're doing other things out there. I think people are getting a little crazy with their pricing and stuff. I mean, a lot of people are sticking with the $60 cover commissions and stuff like that, with the artwork and the coloring on a sketch cover, a comic book sketch cover. That's about standard 60, but I noticed a lot of them started bumping up to 100, 120, which I think is crazy, unless you're a big time artist. But then I look at Ben Dunn, I got those two oversized artwork pieces, all colored, $45 a piece. And that's a creator that's been around for a long time. And so I was just so overjoyed by getting that. But then I also had a friend that's a colorist that put a thing out there, which I wasn't sure if I was going to do, but I did it to help them out. I try and help independent creators out when I can, but I can't keep supporting all of them, so I got to pick and choose here and there. And I chose to pick this one just because it seemed like he wasn't getting anybody to hit him up for him. But I kind of felt, I mean, you're getting digital art, which I have no use for. What am I going to do with digital art other than use it for my Facebook page picture or something? There's no sense in me having digital art. But I'm supposed to get a printed out version that he colored, so it's got his original coloring at least. But you're spending like $150 because you got two creators. You got the creator that's making the digital artwork, you got the creator that's coloring the artwork. So both of them want to get paid, so you're paying more than double of what you would pay a regular creator to do just a sketch cover. It's like for $150 I could have got myself two sketch covers and maybe got a third one thrown in as a bonus for half price or something. But yeah, it's, and then I got another creator that posted sketch cards. Well, sketch cards are usually little sketch cards. I think it was $40 or $50 he was asking for a sketch card. And it's cartoon style sketches, so it's not nothing too tough, I wouldn't think, to whip out. But that's a little excessive. And then, of course, I've been complaining about Keen Spot with their sketch covers. I cannot believe that one's, oh, this is the second or third time I've seen this now where they have $100 price tag on a blank sketch cover. At least if you're going to charge $100, it better come with a sketch on it. Metal covers going for $100 and stuff like that, whereas big name creators putting out metal covers, those run around $40 to $60. So when I'm seeing these $100 items from people that are new creators, it's like you're outpricing yourself from the beginning. I mean, what are you going to do when you're recognized? Start charging $1,000? I mean, wouldn't you want to sell more and get your name out there more than sit there and limit yourself to the point that nobody or just a couple people might actually pay that much for that item? It's really amazes me how people decide to price their items. I just don't understand if they don't look. I mean, aren't you part of the world of creation and paying attention to other artists, what they're charging? I mean, there has to be a sensible amount for it. It's like, if the digital drawing, personally, I had a hard time ordering it, but I had to because I just wanted to help a friend. But I just don't know. I don't know what the use of the digital thing is. If you're not a digital creator yourself, what would I do with it? But, and then it's been shown to everybody, which really surprises me, because I tell people, just Send it to me when it's ready. You don't have to send me tracking numbers. You don't have to send me all the pre-pictures and stuff. I don't want to see it till I open it. Well, that thing, I already had to give the okay on the digital, and then it was supposed to get colored. Well, then all of a sudden I seen a posting of it colored, and it's like a month later or whatever, and I still don't have the item, but it was showing 2 weeks ago to everybody, and of course I seen it, so that ruined it for me. So there's not going to be that big surprise look when I open it anymore for the unboxing, because I already know what it looks like. So that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, it's like creators started putting stuff out, original artwork and stuff, a little lower end, a little cheaper because of COVID. They couldn't get out to cons and stuff like that, so it was an opportunity to get some sales while you're waiting for the world to get its ass back together. And sadly, the pricing just has gone such strange directions. It's like the less original you get, the more expensive you're paying. The smaller you get, the more expensive you're paying. The certain creator-owned, long-time creator stuff is coming out bigger and cheaper. I don't know. I get needing money, but you got to put some deals out there and not be overly greedy, is what I say. But what you gonna do? I'm gonna leave this at a half hour. I don't have really much else to talk about. I suppose I could show off a few of my Boktober pictures. Don't even know where I started. So I got some in the big book too. There was the start. Was our Footloose Chicken Tractor Chicken Race Challenge. Yeah. Happy birthday to Charlie Brown for his first appearance in print. We got Snoopy doing Underdog. Just, we got Hot Wing Taco there. So it's been fun doing all the different characters. The weather vane one. Got a chicken that landed on a weather vane and freaked out because he didn't want to fall. This was for steak, so I made a little cross meeting up with a vampire. Or no, cross was the prompt for that one. I think this one was Hero. So I did a silhouette of Usagi Yojimbo in front of Mount Fuji. Let's see here. This one, I did a little play on Little Shop of Horrors. I did Little Barn of Horrors. This one, I can't remember what the prompt was. Might have been comic or something like that. Yeah, comic. The Little Shop was for musical, but I did a pumpkin book that Brian did. And then we had Narwhal, so I did a pumpkin whale. And so yeah, tippy toe there for Pink Day with the pink scarf. We got a silhouette of Tay being watched by a couple of the Brian's style characters. A little pumpkin family. And so yeah. So it's a fun challenge. We need a few more people to step in and pick up the last couple days. I really wish we would have had more people join up. if you got to draw anyways, why not draw something that can be posted and can be seen by lots of people. As a teaser for something that's maybe going to come later in the month. Little Hell's Bells play. Change to dinner bells for the chickens. Yeah. Waffles. Got a chicken about to eat his little waffle buddy that's got some syrup on him, on his head. Anytime there's a weird prompt, I gotta do a Chet Weird Science style picture, and then Happy. I love that character, a little blue jackass character. But yeah, it's been a fun time working on those. So if you want to do some drawing, get in on the last couple days, do it. Check out Hot Wing and Justice on Instagram, do it. But other than that, keep following Crimson Cowl Comic Club. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, and we'll get back with more of these soon. And check out, or did I say Crimson Cowl Comic Club? And check, and under the Cowl of MS. My brain's all over today. But yeah, do that, and we'll be back. Bye.